folks. Today we're gonna do HelloFresh. So I need to tweet that. Hold on. Yo, late. Back-to-back streams? No way! Hi, Sorty Way. Oh my god. This is not news. But Sorty and I made a cover together. Our first true professional collab as creators. It's not his birthday. Is it really? Sorty Way!
Wow.
Happy birthday! Wait. Oh my god. That's so wonderful. Happy birthday. This is it. Poggers! Oh my god. Okay, forget it.
We've got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just got down. I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park Street. Look at the map, go to the mark sheet. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me to Moisty Mire, but not Blue Lake. I really love to chug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. He said, hey broski, you got some heals and a shield pot? I need healing and I am only at 1 HP. Hey dude, sorry, I found nothing on this safari. Check the upstairs of that house, but not the underneath yet. There's a chest that's just down there. The storm is coming fast and give me heals to heals there. I've got heals that I'll spend more than you can contend. I'm a cool pro Fortnite gamer. Cool pro Fortnite. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me to Moisty Mire, but not Blue Lake. I really love to chug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers.
Nice. Anyway, there's that. The mouse click? Wait, I actually haven't heard that, but I know people have talked about it.
People talk, wow.
Yo.
Where is it? It doesn't exist. Thank you for the sub.
Will you be my pro Fortnite gamer?
Oh.
Pro Fortnite gamer.
What the hell is this, Sorty Way? Okay. I heard it. I didn't. I did not hear it. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. Pro Fortnite gamers. Where is the bird? Outside. We have 30 minutes before starting HelloFresh. We can just finish the TikToks. Molting hasn't started yet. I don't know why. I'm bringing up his weight, but he hasn't dropped any feathers yet. 1 cram, thank you. What's your problem with your hoodie order? Baby cow. I accidentally ordered the regular hoodie, but I meant to order the not a pet one. You should be able to cancel that and just reorder something. Let me ask, though, because I should know the answer to that question. Is there a... Have you ever put ketchup packets in your hoodie pocket? No. All right. Why not? I don't know. I just never thought about it.
I just looked outside to see what the neighbors' kids are doing with the dogs, and what'd you guys do?
We turned Deacon to be Jewish.
I just
Dogs
looked
are such
outside
angels.
To see what the neighbors' kids are doing with the dogs, and what'd you guys do?
We turned Deacon to be Jewish.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't. Oh my.
Pretty good.
Nobody's gonna know.
3 little birds.
Sammy sent this to me.
Window, and they told me I don't need to worry. 3
Yeah, you got me begging, begging, baby, please don't go.
Look at this little.
I wake up
What?
tomorrow,
He's so
will
cute.
you still be here? Yeah, you got me begging, begging, baby, please don't go. If I wake up tomorrow, will you still be here?
And nothing hurts anymore. I feel kinda free. We're still the kids.
I don't know why they use this audio.
I put my hand on.
Today I'm answering the age-old question. Why are flat frogs flat? Many tree frogs, especially leaf frogs, have brightly colored feet, bellies and sides. When asleep, they are most vulnerable. So they tuck in the odd-colored parts of their bodies so only green shows. This allows them to blend in seamlessly to leaves, but doesn't work as intended on glass, so they look like hovering blobs. Their feet tuck nicely up into their bodies, but doesn't work as well in some heavier-bodied frogs like dumpies. Once tucked in, they'll close their eyes and sleep. Trypophobia warning: they have a special third eyelid that allows them to see predators while asleep.
Nictitating
The
membrane.
feet slide out enough for them to nap but see clearly.
Actually, that may not be the same as a nictitating membrane.
Fully camouflaged third-eyed leaf frog.
What?
Today
I
I'm
don't even see it. Discord message. If you have an issue with your merch order, you can contact support@streamelements.com. So, baby cow, there's that email. It pasted weird, but there you go. That's Stompy being a little baby. Now she's huge. Thank you for buying merch! If anybody wants merch, you can do command merch. It's so nice. It has animals on it, and Dion designed it. You get a t-shirt and a hoodie. They're comfy.
These waters are clearly gator infested.
This is fucking crazy.
The boys want to go swimming.
What? Who does that?
These waters.
Normal in Florida? It shouldn't be.
You know, I've learned that he wants me on this grate. If I leave the grate, he gets really mad and he wants me back on the grate. I can leave the grate, and he puts me back on the grate. leave the grate. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm on the grate. So while you're hurting.
So I'm sitting here and like my lights randomly turn on. I don't know how, because you have to press a fucking thing right here. But they're about to go off in like 2 seconds because there's like a ghost in here. Holy fuck.
You're so cute.
So I'm sitting here and like my...
Ready? That made me crazy. That made me crazy. That made me crazy.
Wow. Thank you, fives.
Okay, let's get a snack. Yes! I like cereal. It takes... Okay, let's get a snack.
What a horrible reaction.
Yes! I like cereal. It takes...
He wants that bitch.
She deserved to get hit with that thing. No, I have not heard from Nat Geo.
He wants that bitch.
This girl's got guts. Thank you. Yeah, it's his daughter.
A thorny devil.
Thank you for buying
The
merch.
length of a pencil has a very impressive way of staying hydrated. When it finally finds standing water, it just stands in it.
This is so cool. What the heck?
Tiny gaps between its spines draw water upwards, all the way to its mouth. An extraordinary trick that allows this little devil to endure soaring temperatures. A thorny devil.
Stop. Motherfucker. Love you.
Cats are so weird. Like what? That was so deliberate.
Stop. Motherfucker. Love you.
That's nice.
You're so good.
Music. Customer frequently asked questions form. Support team will help a lot faster if you do this form. If you guys have an issue, here you go. More information. Ink, thank you.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better. I'm trying to get rid of them.
That's tough.
I just wish things would get
It's quiet.
I'm trying to get rid of them.
Yes, of course I got a function with you. Thank you, Jenna. You're welcome.
I'm not sure if this is
Yes,
staged. Probably
of
is,
course
but
I
it's still pretty funny.
Thank you, Jenna. You're welcome.
All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And this is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, who I'm meant to be. This is me.
He's so polite. Okay, that was very loud. Thank you for that. Next up, we have this giant moth.
Found this huge moth on the driveway. She's a polyphemus moth. It looks like she can't fly yet. Wow, she cute. She's been sitting on my arm for about an hour now. Damn, she thicker than me. Warming up the flight muscles.
This is sick. Come on. Birds eat bugs? Yeah, lots of birds eat bugs.
Time
Yeah.
for some flight practice. She's doing her best. Round 2.
I eat bugs. Smile. Okay.
You're doing
well,
amazing,
some people
sweetie.
eat bugs too. Yeah.
She did it. Go get your mans. Found this huge moth.
So yeah, this is our pasta water. No! Oh, I was
It's fake.
yo, don't fucking do that.
No.
So yeah.
No treat. Do you want dinner? Are you hungry?
Yay! Oh, this is the coolest thing ever.
But not all is what it seems.
Are you kidding?
Amazing display of mimicry. This caterpillar's impression of a deadly snake is so convincing. It's scary.
Again.
But not all.
What the
is
heck?
it seems. An amazing display of mimicry. This caterpillar's impression of a deadly snake is so convincing. It's scary.
Oh my god, so crazy. Oh, this is sweet.
I will always love
Go Kim!
how I do.
So cute.
I let go of a prayer for you.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Waking up in the morning, thinking about so
He's
many
lip syncing.
things. I just wish things would get better. I'm trying to get rid of them, but nothing seems to stay the same. Woke up in the morning, waking
I love basset hounds. Is it just me or is this dog not coming back? Like, this is lovely and all, but I think this dog is running away. I don't know.
waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better. I'm trying to get rid of them, but nothing seems to stay
No.
the same. Waking up in the
To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
At that point, like, the amount of luck to be able to do that, like, I mean, also the amount of skill, but like, how long does that take? Can you imagine? That was spinning fast as fuck. That's crazy.
You're running. Idiot. How? What? Oh. You're an
Drama.
asshole! You're running. Watch out for the spider, Weege.
No!
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Watch out for the spider, Weege. Ah, you just
So oblivious.
Okay, Lucy's new favorite activity. Okay, take me for a walk. Take me for a walk. Where are we going? Okay.
Do you ever hang out with your dog and it's awkward? Do you ever hang out with your dog and it's
I think
awkward?
it's just because of his lip.
This is the most wholesome stream I've seen all
Do you ever hang out
thanks.
with your dog and it's awkward?
Postal service. How big will she get? 5 to 6 feet tall and about 100 pounds. Why is there a bed in there? Long story. Basically, long story short, I slept in here one night because she swallowed my ring. This is exactly what it looks like. I take my rings off and Choppy just eats it. Stompy, I'm sorry. I watched her do it and I couldn't believe my mind. I was like, there's no way. She swallowed the whole ring. 48 hours later, the vet was able to remove it endoscopically. How big will she get? 5 to 6 feet tall. This was in an emu's stomach. Fun fact. The oldest emu I've heard is 38 years old. They can live to be like 25 to 30 in captivity, maybe 10 years in the wild. Is this an animal you don't want to imprint? No, this animal is already imprinted. It was an incubated egg. It's never seen adult emu, so it's very much imprinted, but it's never going to be releasable. I thought it could be a good segue, Ambassador, to talk about the exotic meat trade as a whole, because there are animals that are heavily affected by the exotic meat trade. Oh my gosh, amazing! Gosh, she was so little. Talon, thank you for buying merch. The emu I've heard is 38 years. This is actually really impressive. If you guys have never worked cows on horseback, it might not seem impressive, but for a horse to want to do this naturally is really cool.
Good boy, you get that, Birdie? Hey, Joe. Joe, hold. Hold. Good boy. Out. Stop running away. Stop getting loose, stupid rooster. It's fine. We'll put it back in. Are you regretting your choices? You should. You should stay in here where you're safe.
Look at his face.
And this wouldn't happen.
That's a sick retriever, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty cool that he's got such a soft mouth. But yeah, that bird is traumatized for sure.
Dang birds. Good boy, you get that, birdie? Hey, Joe. Joe, hold.
That's a soft mouth that dog has.
Good
That's
boy.
cool.
Out.
His face.
Stop running away. Stop
Poor
getting
thing.
loose, stupid.
Ooh.
Ooh. Hey. Don't mind me. Just, go
Man, if I saw this shit, I'd kill myself on the spot. I'd be way too scared. I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh, just throw a ball at it.
Hey.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Everything you're doing is making me
In a video game.
the living shit out of you right now. But I'm more mature, more than I've been normally, so I'll shake your hand. And then I'll bite you down.
It's a good song.
Everything you're doing is
I think we're caught up. Because we watched this. Okay, let's close this, shall we? He's awake.
Arm at 3, H1Z1, Bigfoot, Spy Party, CSGO, A Way Out, Payday 2, Saints Row the Third.
Scary. I don't know. You know.
No, it won't be necessary.
Okay.
What is she watching?
We do need to talk.
He's been awake? Sick.
Right.
Amaranth is in a hot tub?
There's no point.
You lied.
Chad is like my geek squad.
She is not in a hot tub.
Chad is my guru of technology. Just like they're also my doctor, my personal trainer, my consultant chef.
Word? Well, I don't know. My English pronunciation is not very correct, so I tried my best.
Water's English is really good. Learn the schedule. Oh, I'm sorry, Chuck. You want to send it to me so I have a better idea? Water did a collab with Indie. I did not see that.
Fuck you, Chuck.
No!
Fuck you, Chuck.
That was not my words. Yo, DJ Chetta, thank you for the merch purchase. I appreciate it. Let me change my title. Ahoy, that's a good question. I don't know. Is this the... All right, here we go. Okay, folks. I will be back in a couple minutes because I need to put on this intro screen. In the meantime, actually, I was going to play music, but I just remembered that I can't. So give me a second. I really have to pee. So I'll be back. I think we'll do like docs when we get back because I don't want to paint. So if you guys are cool with doing some nature docs, I think that's the way to go today.
No matter what happened in 2020, it's a brand new year. And with HelloFresh, it's 365 days to start fresh. 365 ways to make time for yourself. Make time for the kiddos and make their new all-time favorite meal. Just take it step by step and we'll make it happen. One dish at a time.
Visit HelloFresh.com and use the code below for up to 12 free meals.
Looking for a better dinner routine? HelloFresh delivers, literally. That means goodbye grocery shopping and hello fresh ingredients at your doorstep. Goodbye same old, same old. Hello 23 plus weekly options, including low-cal and veggie favorites. Goodbye 2-hour recipes. Hello, more time with the fam. Say hello 2021 with HelloFresh.
Visit HelloFresh.com and use the code below for up to 12 free meals.
This is Justin from Justin.tv. With Justin TV, you can watch, broadcast, and share live video and chat with other viewers. Have fun.
Gazing through the window at the world outside, wondering will my memes spread worldwide, hoping that my memes will get noticed sometime. After all, there's only just the two of those. They're upvoting a meme from another bloke, watching old memes repeat themselves time after time.
Yo, listen, what's up? It's Billy Harrington, Anarchy. Just wanted to wish you happy birthday, buddy.
I'm just a memer.
What's up, chat? We're back with the sponsored segment of this stream, which is sponsored by HelloFresh. You guys have probably been around for a couple streams. I've done a couple HelloFresh streams. I've been cooking HelloFresh meals for the past few weeks. It's a pretty cool service. So it's pre-portioned, pre-packaged meal kits that they send to your door. You can pick how many servings you want. You can pick those meals. They have vegetarian options, which is what I've been picking from their website. It's a sustainable way to reduce your food waste because they're pre-portioned. Their packaging is either recyclable or has already been recycled, which is kind of neat. And it also helps you to cook things that you wouldn't normally cook. I like it for that reason. Like, we made stuffed bell peppers. I made risotto, which I had never made before, which was kind of cool. What else have I made? I've made sun-dried tomato spaghetti. I've made ravioli. Some other stuff. My roommates love it. It's really, really good. And it also helps you save time. You obviously don't have to go to the grocery store. I hate going to the grocery store. I've realized since COVID started that I actually really do just not enjoy going to the grocery store because I haven't gone very much since COVID started. So it's nice not having to go. That's kind of nice. And then they're also just like really good meals. So there's that as well. What are the ones for? For Pete? What? Okay. I see one, I type one. Okay. Fair enough. You wouldn't get it? You're probably right. You can do command HelloFresh to get more information, but also if you visit HelloFresh.com, you can use Maya12 to get up to 12 free meals across your first 4 boxes plus free shipping, which is pretty sick. So thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring again. We're just gonna chill out here and watch some docs. Space, do you have the... Actually, I probably have it. Maybe I don't. Why is this the only thing I have saved? Oh my god, this is from ages ago. I used to listen to this in high school all the time. 2012? Not True Facts, the other one. The Netflix ones. Thank you. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah.
Can we watch The Cove? It gets a little bit complicated though, I'm gonna be honest. I'll talk to you guys about it after.
At the same damn time. Selling white, selling mid at the same damn time. Fucking too bad, bitch.
Anyway, I used to listen to that in high school quite a bit. Anyway, alright, which one are we at? Please leave. Man, I haven't listened to that song in years. What are you gonna do? Which one are we on? Oh, it is a jam. It's a really good video. The Cove. Okay, so yes, he did give us the link. Or he did give you guys the link. But I don't have a license to watch it on my stream. I know that it like makes it, he just like gave the link. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. To be completely honest with you guys, I got in a little bit of trouble, even though I bought a license for the last one, because of the amount of people that were watching. So, but we did meet Louis that way, which is very cool. Anyway, I don't want to mess with that again. Which one are we at? I actually don't remember. The last one? This one? Forest? Alright. Alright. Is this what you want? Here, look. You ruined the documentary. You ruined the cozy time.
What? She learned. Train asked what kind of porn I watch. Oh my god. Train jacked off a soda can?
God! What? Every time I include anyone on my sponsored stream. Anybody. So annoying. Nice. Good doc. It is time to do a quick shout out for HelloFresh. That's our sponsor today. For this stream, I want to start by showing you, because I said that I've been cooking with HelloFresh for a while. So let me show you what I've made. Hey! Nice! Reclusive, thank you for buying a hoodie. Look. This was my last tweet for HelloFresh. See, I made this butternut squash ravioli. It had toasted walnuts and kale. I made this Parmesan. It was like lemon Parmesan pasta. I think it had peas and Inky wanted it. I made this roasted garlic and zucchini flatbread pizza. And I made this sun-dried tomato pasta. In addition to that, I made this yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. It's Parmesan risotto, and it had balsamic glazed vegetables. So it had zucchini and tomato as well, and it was really good. That's the first time I've made risotto. So that's the food that I made with HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a food kit delivery service, or a meal kit delivery service. They pre-portion meals, give you recipes that are super easy to follow on a sheet of paper, and it's all prepackaged. Keeps you from going to the grocery store, keeps you from having to meal prep. Thank you for the resub. Where's the meat? They do have meat options on there. I've picked vegetarian options from their site, but there is meat on there. The recipes are super good. It has more 5-star recipes than any other meal kit. Less stressed. And their packaging is either already recycled or is recyclable. So that's pretty cool. Also, and yeah, so that's our sponsor today. Thank you, HelloFresh, again for doing that. We're going to now. There's no way we've watched all of these, right? All these are Planet docs. Also, sorry if that was awkward or whatever. That wasn't that bad. It's just like, imagine someone reading your like cringe old logs to 20,000 people. I don't know. It's just embarrassing. Like, it just like made me anxious. Smile, thank you for buying a hoodie. Another one? Which one? We saw all of them, really? Holy cow. I don't want to rewatch them now. Okay. Should we do I have DMs. Crime docs time. I'm just a little bit worried if they'll like that or not. Or if that is not something that they want me to watch. We could watch the Chernobyl documentary. The channel is free documentary-nature. Free documentary is dedicated to bring high-class documentaries to you on YouTube for free. That makes it seem there's no copyright claims in the description, so I think it's fine. It's 50 minutes. Should we do this? Aw, Melty. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. I'll make another announcement that my merch launched today. This merch, t-shirts, hoodies, you can get it with the text or without the text. There's a red-tailed hawk, a falcon, and a skunk. You can do command merch if you would like to buy some merch. Thank you.
This is the story of a busy city, once full of life, and a village not far away, which the noise and pollution of the city couldn't reach. Each day the village cats came home and waited for their owners to come back. But one day, the cats returned to find that all the people had gone.
Would you rather watch this or the World Water Crisis from Netflix? Okay.
They waited, but no one ever came back.
What the hell?
The cats stayed alone in the village, and gradually the wild creatures of the nearby forest began to join them. Together they made it a new kind of home, where only animals lived. It seemed like the best place in the world. Wolves and wild boar all roamed free, because there were no people to hunt them. As time passed, the old village became a haven for hundreds of different creatures. But this place had a dreadful secret. This was Chernobyl, and everyone had suddenly
what up,
left
Afra?
because of a terrifying event.
What's up?
They were all escaping one of modern man's greatest fears, a nuclear disaster, which had cast a spell on this place. A spell that couldn't be lifted for many thousands of years.
Chernobyl reclaimed.
This is the exclusion zone of Chernobyl today. Like a fabled lost city, devoured by forest, it's fast becoming a green and peaceful place. But it will forever be remembered as the location of the worst nuclear accident in history. In 1986, this place was the site of a nuclear meltdown. No one's been allowed to live here for over 20 years, and today it stands as an abandoned testament to the terrible effects of nuclear disaster.
Oh no.
The Ukrainian city of Pripyat, now a ghost town, lies close to the border with Belarus, and just to the north of the destroyed nuclear power plant. For the whole of mankind, this place is a forbidden zone. On the outskirts of the city are empty rural villages, surrounded by woodland. Many of these villages have become refuge for an unexpected mixture of forest wildlife and the descendants of Chernobyl's abandoned pets. Where families once lived and children played, there are now abandoned houses where time seems to have stood still. This is a story of some of the animals that have made this forsaken place their home.
Meow.
A place they don't appear to sense is contaminated.
Wow, how weird.
But as radioactive as it is, there are no more pesticides, no industry, no traffic.
What a weird place.
Among relics of a not too distant past, this female cat has made a home for herself and her new litter.
Oh my god.
3 young kittens,
Oh.
still dependent on her for milk.
I definitely thought that was a rat.
She was born here too, 3 years ago. She may be a house cat like her mother and grandmother before her, but few creatures here will ever see a human being. Inside the house, life goes on as normal. But outside,
Where's Chernobyl?
nature has started to make changes. With the people gone, nature is
Ukraine?
beginning to win
Oh, sorry, they
back
did
this
say that.
land. The relentless growth of the encroaching forest is gradually reclaiming the untended gardens. Without anyone to make repairs, the houses have fallen into decay.
Well, that said 1954.
And as the forest slowly creeps in,
1986.
so do the wild inhabitants, creatures that the people were so determined to keep out. Among them are brown bears, absent here for over a century,
Oh my
and
god.
until recently confined to forests many miles away. 2 young brothers who have left their mother not long ago and are trying to find their own way in the world. Those might look like bears trying to steal honey from a hive,
Oh my god.
but they're more interested in any bee larvae that might be inside. When the young bears aren't playing, they're hungry.
Apples.
Nearby, there's an apple orchard.
Yeah, I don't know,
The
Space.
trees here still produce a great deal of fruit, and the bears are keen to take advantage. But his climbing days are numbered. He's far too big for this kind of thing, and there are much easier ways for a bear this big to get apples from a tree. Like brute force. Back in the days when Pripyat was a busy industrial city, no one saw bears in the surrounding forests. But in the years since the people abandoned this place, they've started to reappear. For them, this place has become an unlikely sanctuary. They pass through the zone and its villages, and into the forests beyond its borders. And when they visit, they'll take advantage of anything they can find. The scent left by the cat lingers around the gap where she goes in and out. But it's far too small for him to get through.
Thank you. Gosh,
And
I was
the door
thinking
is
I'm
locked.
not gonna lie. And then I read your name.
But not for long. Leaving their table manners in the forest, they ransack the house for anything they can eat.
Maya, can you unban me, please? My apologies for my
But finding nothing
misbehavior.
tasty on offer, it's time for breaking and exiting.
Nizkif is reading your messages on stream. Try hard. Just don't be annoying, please.
And it's not just bears that have discovered a ghost town can make the perfect sanctuary. Beyond the houses and gardens, numerous other species
you,
are beginning to
Shaggy.
reappear in healthy numbers.
Moose.
Among them are elk and deer.
Elk.
Both would have been hunted so close to human habitation. But not anymore.
Oh, okay. Gosh. Look at his face. Why is he looking at us like that? What was that?
Przalski's horse can be found here too. Incredibly rare. They're the only true modern descendants of the original wild horse.
That's cool.
They were introduced here in 1998 because the exclusion zone had started to show signs of becoming a natural sanctuary for other species. To everyone's surprise, as houses and roads disappeared beneath a miniature forest, Mother Nature began to reclaim this place from the ground up. Plants flourished and provided food for insects. The food chain was gradually re-established with such extraordinary diversity that it stunned the scientists. What they saw was nothing like the nuclear desert they expected. They even found endangered species, over 40 animals that were listed as protected. What man had abandoned, nature now embraced to create a remarkable and self-made haven, where, for many years to come, the wildlife can live undisturbed by man.
UK squirrels are
From the smallest pollinators
cuter than
to
US
large
squirrels.
grazing species, and even predators like the wolf.
What are squirrels? What?
This lone wolf is a young male.
I'm not sure
Like the
yet.
bears,
King.
he's also left his family and is in search of independence.
This is the title.
For the wolf, independence means a
Sonny too.
pack of his own. He needs to find a female and start a family. But he must be careful to stay hidden from the other wolves that live here. They won't tolerate him and will chase him out of their human-free forest haven. Every acute sense he has is now tuned into his environment, sensing any signs of danger. Perhaps the village will be a good place for him too. But for now he'll stay hidden, deep within the wood. The village is close by, just beyond the trees and already close enough for him to smell. This environmental tragedy is bittersweet. A man-made disaster that ruined this place and made it uninhabitable for people, but turned it into a unique sanctuary for wildlife.
They've said that like 30 times.
Remarkably, nature has licked its wounds and fought back to reclaim this place.
Yes.
And while we may not know what lies ahead for the radioactive animals of Chernobyl, we do know that there are now a lot more of them than there used to be. And that means there's always plenty to eat. Back at the old house, the kittens are almost weaned. And that means she must leave them alone while she makes frequent hunting trips to bring back food. As the kittens play, the mother heads out into her hunting territory.
Yeah, the script
they
is
begin to
terrible, but the
explore
footage
on
is
their own.
alright. Oh.
They might look like your average house pet, but these ones are as wild and predatory as any big cat. Every meal they eat must be hunted down. But that's not as easy as you'd think. When the people left here, the rodent population went into decline. So she's had to become an even more efficient predator to keep her hungry litter fed. But every single creature she catches comes packed with more than protein.
That's a crazy shot. How did they set that up?
This area was subjected to radiation fallout equivalent to 400 Hiroshimas.
Is it already dead? Yeah.
In 1986, reactor number 4 at Chernobyl's nuclear power plant blew up, triggering fires and a chain reaction of explosions that exposed the core, resulting in a nuclear meltdown.
Good night.
Clouds of radioactive dust were sent high into the air and were carried on the wind for hundreds of kilometers. In the immediate vicinity of the power plant, this radioactive dust settled in a blanket of deadly fallout, leaving a post-apocalyptic, radiation-soaked dead zone, a deserted city, and an irreparably damaged ecosystem that no one wanted. But if the scale of the disaster wasn't enough, there was something about the timing that made its impact even worse.
He's gonna say it again.
It had happened in April. Springtime. A time when flowers were coming into bloom, when insects were feeding and in turn becoming food for bigger creatures. Radioactivity is especially damaging to cells that are beginning to divide. In other words, growing organisms were especially vulnerable. The forest floor,
Whoa.
with its fresh new
That's
growth,
kinda cool.
soon intensified the ground levels of radiation. The animals of the exclusion zone are all radioactive. But the predicted genetic mutations are extremely rare. One strange phenomenon is the change in sexual behavior of the river's aquatic worms. They used to reproduce asexually or alone, but they've started having sex with each other. Sexual reproduction may strengthen genes that could protect them from radiation damage. Chernobyl's wildlife may be more remarkable than we think.
Is that why? Huh?
The cat is now making her way home with a fresh kill. It's another vital meal for her litter.
Cap, dead mouse.
But everything she eats and everything she brings home for her kittens is laced
Also,
with
did they cut
radioactivity.
that in the wall?
For their size, rodents contain higher doses of radiation than larger mammals. This is because they spend a lot of their time close to the ground and in burrows where the concentrations of radioactivity are still high.
It
Just
is
like a big
BM.
cat,
It's not even gonna eat
she
it.
brings back live, plutonium-packed prey for her kittens to play with, teaching them how to hunt. Radioactive elements actually behave much like nutrients. They accumulate as they pass up the food chain. Everything from insects to plant eaters experiences a buildup of radioactivity, becoming concentrated in larger predators.
That's a concept we've talked about before. What is it? What is that concept called? I actually can't think of the name right now. Biomagnification. Thank you.
Like the cats, the wolf gets a dose of radiation every time it feeds on plant-eating prey.
Sheesh. What's up, Beach? Holy crap.
One fast track for radiation entering the food chain has been through fungi. Along with bacteria, they are nature's most prolific decomposers.
Man, Beach has been
So
around
their
forever.
role in circulating radioactivity through the environment is crucial. They absorb radioactivity just as they would nutrients, directly from the ground. Wild boar now thrive in the zone's forests. Their favorite food is mushrooms. And they can absorb over 30 times the safe levels of radioactivity
You are such
during
a
the peak growth
cringe
season.
lord. Oh my god. One in chat if Rizlim is a cringe lord,
As he
please.
sleeps off his travels, the wolf is woken by the sound of mushroom-digging boar.
Oh my gosh.
Wolves prey on wild boar, but he's alone.
I believe you, man.
And if he breaks cover, he'll be taking on an entire herd.
Aw, babies.
Despite the fact that wild boar feed on mushrooms, they have immense power and sharp tusks, making them extremely dangerous. They could easily fight off a lone wolf. He keeps quiet and stays hidden, waiting for an easier opportunity.
He stole Stompy's look. Those stripes do look a lot like Stompy, don't they?
Meanwhile, high above the forest floor, another predator, the snake eagle, brings back food from the hot zone down below and feeds it to the
That was a
hungry
red-tailed
birds
hawk
still in
noise.
the nest.
I can't believe they did that. I cannot believe they did that.
There are now 270 different bird species nesting in the exclusion
That's
zone.
outrageous.
And 180 of them are now breeding intensively. A spontaneous animal population boom in a city purpose-built is a great human achievement. To really understand why this place has experienced such an extraordinary resurrection as a refuge,
That was kind of gnarly.
it's important to realize how significant its demise was. This is a city that has become a monument for disaster. Pripyat lies right next to the site of the doomed nuclear power plant at Chernobyl. From its houses and apartments, schools and businesses, 50,000 people were forced to flee. Pripyat was one of the youngest of all cities, built during the 1970s, but it was also destined to be the most short-lived. Nothing left Pripyat apart from its
it's
residents.
so creepy.
They were permitted few possessions for fear of contamination.
Oh!
And as the rain poured down just days after the disaster, it brought even more radioactive dust back to the streets of the abandoned city. In the days following the disaster, a 30-kilometer radius of a post-nuclear badlands was established to isolate it from the rest of the world. This is the most contaminated land on the planet. Land that will take thousands of years to become healthy again. But signposts and warnings don't keep animals out. The so-called zone of alienation became a magnet.
like a short spine.
But the legacy of its human past will influence the way the wildlife survives here for many years to come.
Oh my god. Classic.
For bears that come and go in and out of the zone, there are regular stop-offs at the empty buildings.
Let's watch it eat apples
Bears
now.
are inquisitive animals,
Yes.
and these old houses often contain something worth eating.
Let's watch it slide off a roof. This guy like writing an essay with a minimum
This
word
one
count
has
or
the
something.
kittens inside.
No.
They've been left alone while their mother is out hunting again. But their scent is strong, and the bear investigates, looking for a way up to where the smell is coming from.
You better tell
There's a
me this
stroke
is
of
not
luck for
set
the
up.
helpless kittens. An old pot of jam. It distracts the bear just in time, and the kittens have a narrow escape.
Okay.
With the bear gone, the house is safe again, and the kittens continue to explore.
Saved. Never mind.
Meanwhile, their mother, oblivious to the dangers their kittens have been facing, is doing what she does best, searching for food, always on the lookout for an opportunity. Chernobyl's bird life is often less contaminated by radiation than creatures that live on the ground.
Was that a cliff
But it was a
swallow?
species of bird that showed
Different
a
kind of
genuine
swallow?
case of mutation after the disaster. Some barn swallows produced white
Barn
rather than
swallow.
red feathers under their chins. But it appears to have been unattractive to other swallows, and the mutation died out. Other mutations have been brief too. Mutants are often weaker and make easier targets for predators.
Do you believe what this guy says? No. They used
Life
a
in
red-tailed
Chernobyl
hawk sound
really
for an
is
eagle.
about
It's
survival
actually
of the
really
fittest.
getting to me.
As the cat travels through a surprisingly green post-nuclear landscape,
And I'm pretty sure
it's
this
hard
is
to
his
imagine
cat.
this forbidden zone with a silver lining. But the resurrection of Chernobyl's wildlife was so unexpected that it left environmentalists heartened by nature's
And those were probably
triumph
his kids that
of
they
a
put on
man's
the
most terrifying and
rides.
self-destructive of deeds. While she's making her journey, it's also time for the kittens to start fending for themselves.
Like, why is there a hole like that right there?
They make their first unaccompanied steps
Someone
in the
just
safety of the
cut
old
that
house.
before they left? Like,
They
what?
combine the spirit of adventure with a serious lack of experience, and it's extremely unlikely that they will have much success
They did not
in
break
finding
like
anything
that.
to eat on their own. At best, they must try and stay alive.
The cats use tools? Oh, I forgot. They were radioactive.
For the mother cat to have survived here, she must know where to hunt for food and how to stay out of
Oh
trouble.
my god, we know! We've seen...
She'll often take advantage of hunting in a confined space.
Holy crap.
Such a strategy takes her into the derelict buildings that were once the schoolhouse.
I'm hate watching.
Among the debris scattered around are the children's gas masks.
Oh, that's weird.
Everything here has been left to gradually succumb to the sublime decay that only time can bring. And it has plenty of that. Every object adds to the eerie memories of a place once so full of life.
But now, animals are able to take over because of the lack of people.
Meanwhile, our young ones are still heading further away from the safety of the house. They've stuck together, moving as a little pack. But without their mother, they've no sense of the danger they may be heading into. She's still unaware of what the adventurous kittens are up to as she continues to patrol the old schoolhouse. Hundreds of Pripyat schoolchildren were forced to flee,
How did they do this
leaving everything
footage? They
behind.
had to fake being a
Their
cat.
toys and books frozen in time. She scours the gymnasiums and kindergarten playrooms. These old buildings have remained a stronghold for the rodent population, with plenty of places to make a nest.
Dude, that's not even strapped on a cat. I really do think someone was crawling, yeah, and they sped it up.
Back on their own journey, the kittens are heading into open country,
To hunt.
making them even more vulnerable to attack.
And their mom
Not from
still doesn't
predators
know.
lurking in the shadows of the old building, but anything that's watching from above.
Cue the red-tailed hawk noise, please.
One of the most successful of hunters that now inhabit this place is the bird of prey.
Just the bird of
There are so
prey.
many small mammals here that they've
The
become
bird of
incredibly
prey?
successful.
Are you kidding me?
And a kitten makes an easy kill.
No, what? How did they get the kitten to look like that? What did they have to do to it to
As
look
one of her
like
kittens becomes
that?
prey, their mother is about to make her own kill. A small snake, just enough to keep her going. But as always, it brings another dose of radiation. After her journey, she's finally returned to the old house to check on her kittens. But she soon makes a disturbing discovery.
The bird of prey. Oh, God.
She's returned home to find an intruder lurking around the family home. The lone wolf has finally reached the village and is starting to explore. The forest wolves seldom venture this far into what was once the human world. They're far too wary. But for our wolf, that could be an advantage. He must keep hidden from the other packs. And this might be just the place to do it.
Here he goes again.
They play hide and seek
Crawling
through the
on the
fallen
ground.
timbers of the old barn. This is her territory, and she knows every
Thank
inch of
you.
it well. She manages to keep one step ahead of him. She needs to find her kittens before he does. She won't be able to keep the wolf from the door for much longer.
What?
His persistence pays off, and he manages to get into the house. If they stay high, he'll never be able to reach them. The mother cat leads by example.
Wait,
and
go
keeps
back
her
10
nerve.
seconds? What? Green screen?
The mother cat leads by stay high, he'll never be able to reach them.
What?
The mother cat leads by example and keeps her nerve. By example,
That?
able to keep the wolf from the door for much longer.
More?
She won't be able to keep the wolf from the door for much longer. She won't be able to keep the wolf from the door for much longer.
The turn?
His
The
position from the
shot
do-
looks reversed.
She won't be able to keep the wolf from the door for much longer.
It's
His
slow-mo.
persistence pays
I'm
off.
confused.
He'll never be able to reach them. The mother cat leads by example and keeps her nerve. While she's here to watch out for them, they'll have the best chance of staying alive. Eventually he gives up the search,
Bye.
but he's found a new home. Next, he'll need to find a mate. While he's gone for now, he'll almost certainly be back. His arrival means they must
True.
leave.
Very popular house. They got really lucky in filming at this home. Yeah.
She's down to 2 kittens now,
Lot of
and she
action
can't
here.
risk losing another one.
What do you mean? Weren't there like 6?
She's about to embark on the first leg of a journey that will take the family away from the only home she's ever known. The house where she was born and where she grew up.
Bird of prey happened. Man.
She gathers the young kittens, and together they leave the old house for the last time, never to return.
Sad.
They make their way to the outskirts of the village. They're heading towards the forest, a place she's been many times before. But it's a strange and unfamiliar world for the kittens.
Thank you, D-Mac. Yeah, I do think it's a big deal to have an outdoor
It's
cat.
slow going.
Outdoor cats
The wood is full of
decimate
huge
native
obstacles
wildlife.
for the small cats.
I do not support having outdoor cats whatsoever. Including barn cats.
Sticking close together,
Because they don't just kill
she makes sure they're
your
never
excess
far
rodents,
behind.
They kill lots of birds too.
And gradually they start to find their feet as they cross the streams and rivers following her lead. Even the thinnest branch makes a useful bridge. The forest is full of creatures they've never seen before. A pine marten, just emerging from its tree trunk nest. Almost immediately the people left this place, it began returning to nature.
Oh.
Secretive creatures started to reappear. And this forest is now as vibrant and full of life as any jungle.
It's a hard thing
After
if you have a
dark,
cat that's used to going
the
outdoors.
forest changes
like,
hands.
I
as
get
the
that
nocturnal creatures of the
cats that are
wood
used to
emerge.
being outside would be kind of miserable if you just kept them inside for the rest of their life. I just, like, outdoor cats as a whole, it's like introducing an
domain of
invasive
our lone
species that
wolf,
just,
a stealthy
they just
nocturnal hunter.
kill shit. They just love killing
His
shit.
sight and sense of smell provide a crucial sensory
But-
picture of this cluttered world.
I don't know. I mean, I could pull up the numbers for you, but
He
it's terrible
moves
for native
silently
wildlife.
through the
It really
forest,
is. Barn cats kill more
listening
than
for
just
anything that
rodents.
might lead to a meal.
They kill a lot of birds.
Soon the telltale sound of a wild boar breaks the silence. Now he'll use
But
his
it's not the
natural
circle of
stealth to
life.
pursue it,
I mean, technically it
moving
is, but cats
silently
don't
through the
belong in the
tangled
wild.
undergrowth. The wolf can sense this is a lone boar. He won't have to miss out again. So he picks up the pace and begins his relentless pursuit. This forest is a place where the natural balance
agree,
of
I'm not
predator
blaming it on
and prey
cats.
has been re-established. The natural predators are the
Cats do
only
belong
hunters
in the
left
wild.
here
We
now.
can talk about this after, if you'd like.
It may be a radioactive food chain, but they are at the top of it.
Yeah, we'll talk about this after.
It's not just
I'll
the
pull up an
human
article or something for
evacuation
you
that
guys.
keeps so many wild creatures here safe from the hunter's bullet, but the knowledge that the flesh of these creatures is contaminated by radioactivity. It's a bizarre but highly effective deterrent.
Yeah, Dylan, that's fine.
As dawn begins to break through the trees and drives the shadows away, the wolf loses the advantage of darkness.
I mean, look, okay, I'll just talk about it, because this narration is terrible anyway. We just want to look at the footage regardless. So, having cats outside, having outdoor cats, people are saying, like, they're allowed in the wild, they exist in the wild, right? If you think about it in the context of, like, invasive species or something, right? Think like, European starlings, right? European starlings are in the wild, but they're super, super damaging to native bird populations like purple martins, right? Because they're both cavity nesters. And European starlings take all of the cavity nesting spots of purple martins, and those populations are decreasing. Invasive species, you guys probably understand that concept at this point. They outcompete native species for resources, which is really, really damaging to ecosystems. Domestic cats, by allowing them to go outside or to be outdoor cats and be in the wild, even if they're just... wait, I just got to hear what he's going to say about this.
To prey. These open stretches are patrolled, as always, by birds of prey.
Jesus Christ.
Once again,
Can't
the kittens run the gauntlet.
Can't even ID the bird.
But this time, all make it safely to the other side.
Great. So, allowing domestic cats to be outdoors, even if they're barn cats and you have them outside to control your rodent population, cats kill a lot more birds than people understand, a lot of native species of birds, and it's essentially introducing a native species. Also, having your cat outside, I don't know if any of you have had cats that have been either hit by a car or killed by coyotes. That happens, which is really dangerous for them and really sad, but in general, they're just super devastating to native wildlife, and they don't belong outside amongst our native wildlife. They just have too much of an advantage. They kill way too many things. Yeah, it's just not safe for them to be outdoors. Not to mention, rodenticides are used super, super commonly as well in rodents. And if your cat, eats a rodent that's dead that has consumed rodenticides or rat poisoning, it's gonna die. And you can't control that if they're just outside and you don't know where they are. Taking your cat on a leash, sure. I mean, that's a lot of work. But you can totally try to figure that out. Here's an article from Cal that says pets can be killers. This is Australia. Feral cats collectively kill more than 3 billion animals per year in Australia. In the US, I don't think it's that high, but it's definitely above 1 billion. Cats also are super, super prolific. There's a whole movement towards like spaying and neutering cats because they breed like nobody's business, and they have babies, and those babies have babies, and those babies and babies have babies. You can say feral though, ... like feral cat. I mean, they're all domestic cats. Your cat may like you and may be friendly towards people, but if it's outside, chances are it's probably going to kill things. They're just hunters by nature. They love killing small reptiles, small amphibians. They love killing birds. They love killing mice and rats. It's just super common. Even if your cat is like, if you consider it to be more tame or more domestic, just in general. And I'm not saying if you already have a cat that lives outside and you don't want to make it live inside for the rest of its life because of this conversation I'm having, I understand that. Right? For that individual cat, that's really hard and that's a lot to ask. I'm just saying in general, like don't get barn cats and don't get cats with the expectation that they're going to be outdoor cats. You get what I mean?
These winds carry radioactive plutonium as they gather up dust from the contaminated ground.
You don't have to.
It hangs in the air and is inhaled by everything that breathes. When the rain starts to fall, it brings this radioactivity back to Earth again.
No, but that's a completely different
and
conversation.
It sticks to every surface it drenches.
Yeah, bells on collars don't really affect their hunting ability. Orion's
As the
got
storm
bells on. People fly
intensifies,
falcons with
thunder
bells
and
on
lightning
it.
drown out the relentless beating rain.
Correct, TJ.
But at least the cats are safe in here. As safe as houses. It doesn't rain here for weeks on end. The wood becomes dry like a tinderbox. And a lightning strike can easily start an inferno.
But
their new home is short-lived. The cats have escaped with their lives.
Yeah, did they set this fire?
And winter will soon be on its way. It's another setback in her search for a home.
I'm gonna look up in the US.
Somewhere she can settle her kittens before it's time for her to leave them on their own for good. For now, she'll have to keep the family on the move. As they start to make their way further along the banks of the river, they come across yet another abandoned scene from Chernobyl's catastrophic past. The rusting remains of what appears to be an old...
American Bird Conservancy says that cats are the #1 threat to birds in the United States. Outdoor cats kill approximately 2.4 billion birds every year. And if you'd like a comparison, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service estimates that between 140,000 and 500,000 birds are killed by windmills every year. So a lot of people are, concerned about windmills being really damaging for birds, but if you put that number in comparison to outdoor cats, it is alarming how much of a problem they are in comparison. Anyway. What's the numbers for birds of prey killing other birds? King, I get the feeling that you're not really understanding the fact that there's nature that's native, that's meant to be there, and that's a system that has balanced itself, and there's humans introducing species to an ecosystem that overtake that ecosystem and are super, super damaging to it. If you're still confused, you can look up invasive species and just read the definition. That would probably help you.
Thoughts turn to hibernation. The two bear brothers have had a good summer. They've eaten well, and they've grown in size. The forest streams provide the perfect place for them to bathe.
Keep your windmills indoors. I don't even know why I try to teach anybody here.
Bears will sit like this for hours, but here, they stir up the radioactive sediment, and it sticks to their fur. And during the winter hibernation, they're exposed to more radiation as they move underground. As they excavate the earth to build their dens, they uncover the shallower soils where most of the radioactivity is still stored.
Can you believe those antlers fall off?
Living here means there's really no end to the legacy of the disaster, and won't be for centuries to come. It's a strange place to find such peaceful and natural balance. A balance that now includes the radiation itself.
You found some in
It
the woods?
migrates
Oh,
through
it's so
water and
bizarre.
wind, and the levels of contamination in animals have varied over the years. While some radiation decays, it can also make its way through the food chain. Down by the banks of the river, the old boat is still home to the growing kittens. They're exploring more than ever. But as they venture out alone, they still seem to be getting themselves into more trouble. After escaping the clutches of the bears back in the old house, they're giving the two brothers another chance to catch them. They've just strayed into bear country. And this time, there's nowhere to run and hide. The bears are still looking for anything they can eat to store up fuel for the winter. Even a small cat would provide a valuable bit of protein.
No, I've never worked with wolves. What the fuck is this shot? What on earth?
Yet again, the kittens make the wise decision to gain height.
What a weird...
Their 9 lives are fast running out.
What the hell is this? Sorry for swearing.
It's another valuable lesson learned. As winter sets in and the temperature drops, the zone is transformed by a pure white blanket of snow. In contrast to the city, choked with vegetation, the forests of this exclusion zone are a spectacular and natural wilderness. But it's hard to accept that this is still a post-nuclear landscape. with the spontaneous resurrection of animal and plant life here.
Oh my god.
Environmentalists have remained astonished by nature's ability to create something positive out of such a terrible disaster.
Oh my gosh.
But this natural balance might only be part of the story.
Oh, I forgot about
The
Toxoplasma
long-term
gondii
effects
as well.
of
That's a
living
whole
somewhere
other
so
conversation.
radioactive
Yeah.
are a matter of debate.
Cats also
There's
carry
still no
diseases
agreement
that impact
as to
wildlife.
what diseases, other than cancer, exposure might cause. And there are fewer cases than expected. It appears the natural lifespans of animals here are too short to develop tumors. But the
comments
future
on
of their
this
genetic
video-
health will remain controversial for many years to come. Until then, we have the stories of creatures that are thriving here, like the cat family. The boat is now deep in snow, and the footprints leading away into the distance belong to the mother. She travels for some time on her own, moving faster now without her kittens.
Can I
The journey
change
has
it
taken
now?
her far from the village, and all the way to the border of the Forbidden Zone.
There's a video on this.
Anyone having ever been toxoplasmosis?
Clouder of cats. Whoever it is, she is known as the crazy cat lady. And stereotypes or not, there could be some actual psychological risks from hanging around so many kitties if just one of them is harboring a parasite. See, there's a parasite that sexually produces only inside cats, and it's called Toxoplasma gondii. And if that parasite gets into a human, it can result in a full-blown infection called toxoplasmosis, which could be bad news for your body and your mind. T. gondii have really tough eggs, and when animals like rats or birds eat them, even just through contaminated water, they become intermediate hosts. Once that bird or rat makes its way inside of a cat, however that happens, in the kitty's gut, the parasite will mature, mate, and sexually reproduce. And eventually the cat will poop out more eggs, which continues the cycle. In a human or other intermediate host, T. gondii can still hatch, but only reproduce asexually. They're dangerous, though, because parasites can enter your bloodstream and infect almost any kind of cell, including immune cells. An immune cell is like a Trojan horse, letting T. gondii sneak around and invade more specialized tissues like muscle cells and brain cells. Once parasites get into your central nervous system, they can hide out in cysts and infect you for life. But you might not show any symptoms, or if you do, it's just like a mild flu. Some estimates say over a third of all humans have toxoplasmosis without knowing it. As a human's immune system gets weaker over time, the parasitic cysts can cause some more severe symptoms. An infected person can develop muscle weakness, poor coordination, seizures, or permanent damage to the brain and eyes, which is not great. And if a pregnant woman is infected, she could pass the parasites on to her baby. On top of that, there's evidence that links T. gondii infection to psychological conditions too. One study monitored the mental health of nearly 46,000 women from Denmark who had their newborn babies screened for T. gondii antibodies, which were passed on. The researchers then followed up on the mother's medical and psychiatric information for up to 14 years and found that infected women seem to have more risk of depression, anxiety, and self-harm later in life. These studies suggest that T. gondii affects how a couple different neurotransmitters work too. These are the chemicals that travel between neurons all over the body, not just in the brain. And when neurotransmitters get imbalanced, that can lead to physical and mental illnesses. One 2011 mouse study from the University of Leeds showed that T. gondii infection in brain cells led to higher dopamine levels because the parasite makes an enzyme that controls how dopamine is made. Dopamine helps regulate parts of the brain tied to pleasure, mostly the amygdala and the nucleus accumbens. But too much dopamine flooding the brain has been linked with illnesses that distort thoughts and moods, like psychosis, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. A more recent study in 2016 showed that T. gondii infection can also mess up a protein that transports glutamate, which is usually an excitatory neurotransmitter that makes neurons more easily activated.
Quiz
Failed
after.
transporters lead to a glutamate buildup in the space between neurons all over the nervous system, like a chemical traffic jam. This is called excitotoxicity, and it basically overstimulates the nerve cells, causing parts of them to go haywire and start breaking down. So dysregulation of glutamate is linked with neurodegenerative diseases like ALS, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's. And another study from 2012 found that parasite hijacked immune cells start releasing a bunch of GABA. GABA is usually an inhibitory neurotransmitter, which means it can keep neurons from firing as much. When it interacts with the amygdala, for instance, GABA can help control feelings of fear and anxiety. So way too much GABA could presumably make someone feel fearless, like how severely infected mice seem to be less afraid of cats and get eaten more often. That way the parasites can continue their life cycles. But even with all this research, other studies have suggested that there isn't a significant association between toxoplasmosis and mental disorders. A study from Duke University took blood samples from just over 800 people to look for T. gondii antibodies and did other surveys and tests to collect data about the behavior. About 28% of their participants tested positive for parasite antibodies, but the researchers didn't find a significant association with schizophrenia, depression, or other mental disorders, or any link to impulsive activities like crime or car accidents. So research in this field is tricky because animal models like mice aren't entirely comparable to humans, but it'd also be super unethical to do controlled experimental studies on humans, like giving people toxoplasmosis and monitoring their brains. But there is no reason to ditch your cats. They bring happiness and cuddles. There's so many positive health outcomes associated with having a fuzzy thing in your house. Just be careful around their poop, like make sure it doesn't go in your mouth. Try to keep them from eating mice and birds, if that's possible, and make sure your food is cooked properly so you don't accidentally eat any uncooked parasite eggs. Thanks for watching this episode of SciShow Psych, which was brought to you by our patrons on Patreon. If you'd like to help us make more episodes like this,
Sick. There you go. I found a video that combines your love of impressions and Fortnite meme songs. Okay, I don't know that I am that passionate about either of those things.
Will you be my pro Fortnite gamer? Pro Fortnite gamer.
It's okay. I'm scared of that, but thank you. Thank you for the Twitch Prime.
Everything. Of course he knows when it's time to retreat. Alright, we need 20 now.
Could be pro Fortnite gamer. Pro Fortnite gamer.
The whole chat knows it. Nobody thinks you're hot.
There you go.
One in
She's
chat
doing
if you don't
ban
think this
appeals.
guy's
Oh
hot.
my god.
Tell him that. You can press deny.
Wait.
One in chat.
Who's doing this?
Tell him nobody thinks you're hot. Just here you go.
Oh.
Deny. Yep.
Okay.
Something. The whole chat knows it.
Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum. Thank you for the 2 months. S-Fand. Hello, S-Fand. Lakari.
This girl's bad. Bounty Hunter was not that good of a Sniper was also not that good. And
Yay! JJ, thank you so much. Dota 2. Okay. We have 5 minutes before I do that. I think it's fine. I think I'm gonna do... I think it's fine. I'm gonna do the last shout out here. So, I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, so this stream is sponsored by HelloFresh. So we've talked about HelloFresh a bunch before. It is pre-portioned, pre-packaged meal kits that are sent right to your door. There are a bunch of really cool meals to choose from, really good meals to choose from. It saves time so that you don't have to go to the grocery store. And HelloFresh says that you can save up to 28% by using HelloFresh versus grocery store shopping. They have so many different kinds of meals. There are vegetarian options, there are normal options, and what's your fate? I've made 2 different types of raviolis from HelloFresh that I really, really like. So those are good. If you want, you can do Command HelloFresh and use code Maya to get up to 12 free meals across your first 4 boxes and free shipping, which is pretty cool. Their risotto with shrimp is nice. I made their risotto a couple days ago, but I made it with zucchini and tomatoes, and it was pretty good. So that's it for HelloFresh today. Thank you for sponsoring this stream. I know it wasn't a cooking stream. Zephyr Fox, thank you so much. I know it wasn't a cooking stream, but I do appreciate you being here and hanging out. It was very cozy. I'm not leaving yet. I'm gonna come back in a second, but I do need to put on this this end screen for a couple minutes. Is this real?
Horses carry stress in their face like we carry stress in our shoulders. I let my horses press their upper gum against my hand so that they can move the bottom portion of their jaw individually and release some tension that they carry in their face. All I'm doing is holding on where I can't get bit. She is moving her face and jaw and tongue to release pressure and tension. She's doing all the work. Her upper lip is strong enough to push my hand out at any time. If you look at her eyes, you can tell that she really enjoys this. I learned this from a somatic sports therapist for horses. Like I mentioned, I'm not doing anything but giving her something to put pressure against. I try to do this about once a month for my horses, and then give their face a little massage in the places they like. Sometimes you'll even hear their jaw or poll adjusting itself, but this will not replace chiropractic care. Horses carry stress
Is that
in their
true?
face.
I have no idea. I have never done that. I have never seen anyone do that, nor have I seen anyone recommend that. I've had chiropractic work done on my horse for his back, but I have never done that or seen it done. Is this real?
Already know who it is. It's your boy.
Yes.
already know who it
All right, chat. I'll be back in a second. Again, can't play music for this one, but it's a 3-minute ending screen, and then I'll be back. I'm not ending the stream, but it kind of looks like I am. Okay, here. Also, I'm gonna come back. I need to feed the owls, so I'm gonna do that one more time. I'm gonna come back and do that. Hold on.
We've been friends for 7 years. I'm not that skilled in the world of cooking.
Today, you are going to become a cook.
So how do we do it?
Let's just follow the directions.
Not only do they give you the ingredients, tell you how to make it, but they portion everything out.
It's taking out all the stress of it. Dude, this move, it kind of looks like you know what you're doing. It's like a life hack.
I can't believe we made this.
It's really good.
Every night, cooking.
That's a new you.
Yeah, I'm getting a little pep in my step.
Yeah.
Visit HelloFresh.com and use the code below for up to 12 free meals.
Dinner, a constant struggle. Wasting time buying food you don't need. Life getting in the way of eating well. Unable to satisfy your picky eater. Stuck in a rut making the same recipes over and over again. Hit refresh with HelloFresh this year. Pre-portioned ingredients, step-by-step recipes, delicious meals that everyone enjoys. Ready to change your routine?
Visit HelloFresh.com and use the code below for up to 12 free meals.
Okay. That should do it. What's up? My emote got removed? Aw, man. I hope that doesn't mean that the rest of mine aren't going to get automatically approved anymore. It might mean that. It's okay, it's not the biggest deal. Okay, so I'm not gonna put it back up if they removed it and changed the name. Sorry. I'm not gonna poke that beast, thank you very much. I'm gonna feed the owls again here. I'm gonna feed the owls again. I have, if you weren't here the first time I fed them, I feed them every 3 hours. I believe that they're great horned owl babies. There's a chance that they're barred owls, but I don't think so. I think that they're great horned owls. They're less than 10 days old because their eyes aren't open yet. And I'm not going to talk while I'm feeding them because birds can imprint on human voices as well as imprinting on people. The only reason that I'm feeding them like in the open like this, not covered, and them not being in a box is because their eyes aren't open yet. So once their eyes open, they'll be fed in a box with tongs with a puppet. And then hopefully on Tuesday, I'll be able to pair them up with a surrogate. So yeah, I don't feed them every 3 hours overnight. No, overnight they sleep and they're hungry in the morning. They eat the most in the morning. So at this point in the day, they're not nearly as hungry, so they might not eat very much, but I'm still gonna offer them as much food as they want. So yeah, I'll bring them in here, show you. Their names are Marsh and Mallow. Chat decided that last time we fed them, so excuse the fact that I'm not talking here. But I'm gonna go grab them. Also, that cord that I tried to show you, it's a heating pad, if you guys care. All right. Just put the rest of this in the fridge. See, they didn't eat very much. They just eat less throughout the day. All right. Any questions on the owls? I want to work closely with animals. Where should I start? Yeah, degrees in biology help tremendously, but other than that, just volunteering in as many places as you can. Best type of parrot for a pet. I don't recommend parrots as pets to pretty much anybody, to be honest with you. I think it is a beyond lifelong commitment to own a parrot, and they're like toddlers, except way more destructive and way louder. If you're a first-time bird owner, I would recommend cockatiels. I would recommend conures, but conures, you're going into the loud zone for sure. They're very, very loud. So that's kind of annoying. The owls are great horned owls, I think. Beyond lifelong commitment. I mean, likely you're not going to get a parrot until you're at least in your 20s. They live 60 to 70 years. So, people have to put them in their will. And a lot of people don't want parrots for that long, People get them older than that too, and they live that long. So, yeah. If you want a bird, lovebirds are good. Cockatiels are good. Conures are loud. Parakeets are good. I realize they're not as social and they don't talk. It's not as common for them to talk. They can talk. But I need a parrot by tomorrow. I'm not sure why do you need a parrot by tomorrow? No, they live a really long time. Getting a cockatoo, but I don't recommend it. Thank you for the 23 months. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be honest, I love parrots. I've worked at a parrot sanctuary. I've worked around parrots at multiple zoos in my life. I think they're fantastic ambassadors, and I think they're really cool animals to work with as a trainer. I would never, ever want one in my home as a pet. Never. Cockatiels I could have in my home. I would never want a cockatoo or a macaw or a conure or an African gray in my home. Thank you so much for the hoodie. Why? Because they're insanely loud. Moluccan cockatoos are the 4th loudest animal on the planet. Thank you, Night Flash. They're insanely destructive. Macaw bites are no joke. Those beaks are made to crack open nuts. They break through wood. So not just biting you, they can chew through wood. They can chew through lots of metals too. And getting bit by a macaw sucks. And they do communicate a lot with their mouths. A lot of birds have biting issues, and those are really hard to train out of. So there's that. If they get any sort of separation anxiety, they will just scream. Not like a dog whining or barking, like screaming. It's unbearable to have in your home. I don't recommend mid to large size parrots to anybody. I really don't. Even if you're like a bird person, even myself, I wouldn't want one in the house. I really don't. What's up, Quack? Macaw is a type of parrot. Quack. Did you not even ask a question? You just put in... Oh, thoughts on this emote. I don't get it. I'm not mad about it. I read the name. Like, okay. There's an outbreak in my area. Yeah, spaying and neutering cats is a big first step. People trap cats and spay and neuter to kind of slow down that cycle. Telling people about having outdoor cats being an issue. Definitely feeding your outdoor cats so that they're not just hunting for a living. Yeah, that's why there's so many birds in sanctuaries, Flux, for sure. Mini pigs are great. People don't understand for whatever reason that mini pigs don't stay football sized. So lots of people get teacup pigs thinking they're going to stay this big. They don't stay that big. They grow into pigs. Pigs even. Potbelly pigs are pretty large. They're very clean animals. I mean, their manure does smell really bad, but they're pretty clean. Sugar gliders, I don't think that they belong in the pet trade. To be honest, they're really cute, but if you want my actual opinion on like if you're considering getting a sugar glider, because I think they are legal in some states, which I disagree with, but just so you know, I do think that they're pretty overrated as pets. They sleep, I mean, they just sleep all day, and they're not very social, and they bite, and they're just very, very anxious. I think my experience with sugar gliders, I would kind of compare them to squirrels, but a little bit, not as fast as a squirrel, but like a squirrel. They just don't really want anything to do with people. Not like a cat, no. I think bird feeders are great. Bird feeders are fine, as long as you're putting the right food in them. That's the only way I condone feeding wildlife, I think. That's kind of a blanket statement. Maybe I should think about that statement more. But I usually don't condone feeding wildlife, but I'm okay with bird feeders. Austin, thank you for the merch. Can I have a pet vulture? No, you can't. Emilio, thank you for the... What the heck is going on? All these ridiculously long subs. Thank you. I'm sorry that you lost your cat. That sucks. What about feeding squirrels? Squirrels may eat from your bird feeders. Do not feed squirrels by hand. Don't try to go up to a squirrel and feed it a nut. One, you might get bit. Two, it's just encouraging them to think that people are safe. So they'll spend a lot more time in suburban and urban areas, and they're way more likely to get hit by cars or to get in trouble with like other human conflict. So don't do that. Salmonella outbreak and bird feeders. Yeah, people never clean their bird feeders. That is important. Bird feeders and insect houses are things that do need to be cleaned. I asked this question to a birder at one point. Maybe I should ask a couple other people how they feel about bird feeders, but... If you're a bird rehabber, are you the one recharging them? I'm not. I don't really understand your question. Can I have a bird army? Depends what your definition is, I guess, but probably not. I feel really sick. I think I need food.
So we're here, Poggy.
Hang on.
Now, there's a lot we haven't gotten, and they're all over here. But let's go this way.
Celestic. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it was just like cringy. Not on his part, cringy, like for me. Just embarrassing.
Okay, never mind.
Man. I feel like lightheaded and like I'm gonna throw up at the same time. Do any of you get that when you haven't eaten enough food or you're like so hungry that you feel nauseous, like you're gonna throw up? Is that not the most counterintuitive thing ever? Why? I've literally thrown up before because I haven't eaten enough food that day. That makes 0 sense. Yeah, and it makes you not want to eat. I love stick insects. Australian walking sticks are one of my favorites. I mean, that might not be what you're talking about, but I love those. Thoughts on feeding koi or ducks bread? Neither koi nor ducks should be eating bread. If you have to feed ducks at a pond, there are a lot of domesticated ducks that live in ponds. You can give them halved grapes if you really want to. I don't love that, but yeah, bread is really bad for them. I don't know why that became such a trend. Veggie burger. Black bean chipotle patty. I got baited into clicking on this because the picture on Uber Eats has onion rings on it and they don't have onion rings. That is not right. They spelled regular with a W. I would show you, but I don't want to leak anything. Wegular. Regular fries. On Uber Eats. I think I can show you this. Yeah. Well. Do you see it? Screenshot it? That's so much work. Okay. Diane, here's another picture that you don't want. Prove it, okay? Here. This is so embarrassing. Regular. Like, why? We can be pro Fortnite gamers. Pro Fortnite gamers. La 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 la. Ooh! This is nice. Yay, they're preparing my order. That's fancy. Chat, if you haven't been here, I forgot what I was going to say because I picked these up. Oh, yes, my merch launched today. Your eyelashes look like they're going to fall off. These are magnetic lashes. And maybe I should have done the eyeliner band thicker. Do they look? I don't think they look like they're going to fall off. What? Oh my gosh. Check this out. You say magnetic? I did say that. Wait. The eyeliner is magnetic, and then the lashes stick to the eyeliner. Thank you for the sub. My merch released today. Okay, so this is my merch. There are 2 other designs. You can get it with the text or without the text. You can do command merch. And crows are not pets, no. And there's t-shirts and hoodies. Ow! Ugh. Oh, I need to put a new band-aid on that. That's where I cut myself with a butter knife. Command merch, and you can get a t-shirt or a hoodie. T-shirts are $25 and hoodies are $42. A butter knife? Yeah. I was cutting an avocado. I was holding the avocado like this, and I cut into it, and for whatever reason, it just went through really fast and cut my finger. Worse than maybe I've ever cut my finger with a knife, actually. How hard did you slice? I didn't even mean to slice it that hard. I was talking at the same time. I don't know. But it's a serrated butter knife. Anyway, look. Wow. Ready? This is not an ad. It just like is a magnet. See that? I didn't even show you the brand, so how would you know? I need a mirror to put it back on. Anyway, the bot. Oh, ha! Oh no! Sorry. How much were these? I'm not sure. They were definitely less than $20. And I wear lashes at least 30 times, which is probably more than you're supposed to. But yeah, so it's fine. I like it because I don't like using lash glue because it gets in my eyeball. There are some people, I used to think that you could wear false lashes once and then throw them away. Oh my god, that is so not true. Especially because they get damaged. This is my first time with magnetic ones, but they get damaged with glue because you have to like peel the glue off, otherwise it builds up and makes like a, fat layer of glue. But these ones, like, I think I'm going to be able to use them for a really long time. And the eyeliner's pretty good too. It does not go anywhere. So, oh no. Yo, thank you for buying a hoodie. Got all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled. Thanks for making it more bearable. Dude, I am so sorry. My wisdom teeth recovery process, for whatever reason, was garbage. Like, so bad. I had a terrible time. I hope yours is better. It wasn't that bad for me. I only had 2 to pull. I think I only got 2 pulled as well. I don't remember. Just eating lame food. Yeah.
They can't learn from their past.
I had an interview today about being within the top 200 streamers on Twitch, and I guess only 6 of the top 200 are women. Granted, this statistic was taken last month, so my charity stream shot my average up, and I was very clear about that. But that is how they pitched me to the media source, so I was like, okay, I'll do it, but it's not accurate. That's what she said. I don't know. I haven't actually looked at the numbers. But I had an interview about that, and she was asking me about what it's like being a woman on Twitch and whatever, and I was just like, I don't know. It's fine. Is that really true? I don't know. I don't remember what the source is. You should check it. It doesn't sound right, but I don't know. Did you uncage? No. I didn't talk about any of that. I did not talk about any of that. Garbage. I talked to her about ban appeals. I was like, if you ever want like a feel for how it goes, like when people get banned, they submit ban appeals and you go through them and you can read those and see, you know, that exists. But I didn't tell her about other stuff. Lack of female viewers, this applies to sports as well. I talked about that. I said that the demographic on Twitch is heavily male. I gave her my demographic on Instagram being 91% male. I said that I wish there were more female viewers, obviously, but what are you gonna do? I wish more female streamers would talk about what it's like, but I understand why you wouldn't. I mean, what do you want to know? I feel like people know. Yeah, it's pretty public. Ryan got banned? No, he didn't. Did he? Why? For what? Hateful conduct? Really? What on earth did he say? That's crazy. Ryan Higas, who we're talking about. He was just streaming and he got banned. Your cousin? Right. Typical Higa? Okay, well. Don't need to say that. Now what? Gosh, I want to keep streaming, but I feel so terrible. I just have to eat food, though. Likely Cactus, thank you for the 500 bits. Your mistake is thinking young, impressionable men, which is most of Twitch, understand what it's like to be a woman at all, let alone in the public sphere. When did I make the mistake of thinking that? Of course, I know that they don't necessarily understand what none of them are in that position.
Did you hear that, Tavian?
Are you dumb? Wait, has he even been banned? Really? How weird. Wonder why that is. He's still got his partner too. Wow. He didn't do anything on Twitch? Didn't Jenna not do anything on Twitch? Wasn't it just Discord? Mitch leaked on Twitch though. But your hair looks like copper wire. I don't think that it does look like that. The animals are good. Twitch is inconsistent. Who knew? True! What are your plans with your hair? Let it grow out. I don't know, until it looks really ugly, and then I have to do something about it. Looks like Lego man hair. Maybe. do 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 do. Do you ever feel bullied on Twitch? No. Not really. Because I feel like bullying implies that you're in like a very vulnerable position and people are like alpha people or like shitting on you and making you smaller. I think if there's someone in chat that's like, you ugly bitch, it's just like, they're not really putting me in that position. It's more like embarrassing for them. You know what I mean? So it doesn't feel like bullying. First stream at Alveus is whenever I can ensure that the property is off of real estate websites. Command merch, hooray! I guess the power dynamic is in your face. I guess so. I don't know. It does have to do with the power dynamic, I guess, when it comes to bullying. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. How's the stream been? Fine. Very chill. I don't know why I'm still live. I feel like, well, I don't know. Why is Mrs. doing a reverse subathon? He's been live for a few days, and he has 7 more days. What up, Jeff? Doctor, thank you for the 3 months. Any tips on coming out to my homophobic parents? Jesus Christ. No. I wish that I did have tips. I don't. Yeah, man, I don't want to give you any advice there because I don't know your parents and I don't know how old you are. So I'm not going to say anything more than that, but I'm sorry that you have to worry about that. I can tell you that much. That sucks. It's okay, LOL, Joy. Okay, I'm glad you have that outlook. How to tell a girl you are interested in that you have special needs? Yeah, I'm also confused by that question. You can rephrase. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, these questions are... I'm confused by these questions. What? Holy shit. That's the most incel shit I've read in a long time. I can't believe I read that whole thing twice. Snowy, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Can you make a merch intro for YouTube? Oh. Yeah, I can. I hate doing this so much. YouTube! I have new merch. Click the link in the description. You can get t-shirts and sweatshirts, and there are 3 different designs. I don't know what else to say. What else do I say? You've set it for Twitch. Merch! Buy my merch, please. Okay, there you go. Ow. How do I save My drowning goldfish, please help. I don't think that that's something you should be worrying about, actually. Hi, Jeff. What brand are those lashes, man? I'm sorry, I actually don't know. They're just from the drugstore, though. They're from Walgreens. How much... What? Locke, what did you say? It's a meme?
With these people, and it's been good. I enjoy it.
Next question on this left side.
I was wondering, what's the recommended amount of dedicated RAM I should have to a server?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat your question?
Dedicated RAM to a server.
RAM.
If you're
how
running
much
off your
RAM?
PC.
Oh, okay.
It's dependent on plugins and players.
Yeah, it's a. What it's really depend. This is a technical question you're asking. How much RAM?
Aww. Do. I love Minecraft. That's not true.
Steve just got out of the pond. So right now what he's doing is drying himself off. He takes the excess water.
I don't know how to feel about this woman. I don't know how to feel about this whole... Here's the thing, I've never really done beaver rehab. Or I've never raised beavers from babies. We've had adult beavers at the rehab center, so it's different. But I'm very confused with her approach because it is so hands-on.
And then you'll see him rubbing right by his pelvis.
Like this is probably enough for me. I can't think of a situation where I would be okay with my releasable wildlife being raised in my house with my dogs. It's just kind of weird. Like, it just doesn't seem right. I would want these beavers to be afraid of dogs, you know? Like, is it releasable? Yes. This is a licensed wildlife rehabilitation specialist, and she is rehabbing this beaver to be released into the wild, but like she swims with it.
Hey, too cold for me to get in.
And she's got, no, dude, this is not okay. This is not what you do with releasable wildlife. There are some animals, if they're orphaned, like there are animals that need a certain amount of contact that I understand, and they get stressed if they don't have like stuffed animals, or they don't get like raccoons are kind of like that, right? But you don't need to cuddle
don't eat my hair.
wildlife and excessively handle it like this. You treat a wild beaver better than some people treat their dogs. This account has officially undone all the hatred of beavers. Wonderful, look at him. Moments like this must make the rehab process worth it. I know it's hard, but you're so good with him and his lifestyle. They definitely do, and this one came out of the blue. I was just watching TV, and he came up and laid on me. Hashtags, not a pet. Wildlife rehab. I'm reporting this account. Okay, I reported it. I've reported lots of accounts on TikTok, to be honest. Let's see more.
Surprisingly, I get a lot of questions on how can someone become a wildlife rehabilitator. It's very different from
No, I don't think that reporting does anything, to be frank. But do it anyway.
To state, so the application process is going to vary a lot. But I always remind everyone, it's not a job. You don't get paid. You don't get reimbursed. You don't
Davey,
get
thank
government
you.
funding. And certainly I don't take donations. So it is something that you have to consider a very expensive hobby. And while it's very rewarding, you do have to consider there's vet bills, there's medical care, there's food, there's housing, there's supplies. There's a lot of time that goes into it. Once you receive a rehab, you have to be committed for the full term of the rehab process, which can be anywhere from a couple months for most animals to 2 to 3 years for a beaver. So it is very rewarding, but I always caution everybody. It's
She
not
has
my job.
she has it in her house for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. All right. Let's answer a question. How many plungers do you have? You have 15 plungers now. Do you ever try to get in the hot tub? No, I don't think he knows the hot tub's even there.
So let me clarify something. Not that anybody said that, but I just thought of this myself. So you'll see me interacting pretty intimately with some of the ambassadors that I have on stream. And I say that they're not a pet, right? But the difference between that and this is supposed to be a releasable wild animal, whereas the ambassadors are all non-releasable, right? So I try to be careful to present the ambassadors in a natural setting, but I hope that that distinction makes sense.
Everybody wants to know how many.
She probably is licensed. And now it's imprinted. So technically mammals don't imprint in the same way that birds do. This would be considered habituation. And the International Wildlife Rehabilitation Council considers habituation or imprinting to be automatic euthanasia. Because one of the wildlife rehabber codes of ethics, or one of the points in the Wildlife Rehabber Code of Ethics for the IWRC is wild animals have a right to euthanasia if they're not deemed, if they're not capable of being an educational ambassador. They have the right to euthanasia if it's going to be that they're going to be in captivity for the rest of their lives because they're wild animals and they shouldn't be unless they're comfortable being an educational ambassador, right? So IWRC would say that this is habituation, I would imagine. This, I don't know how I would say this isn't habituation. So they would deem this to be automatic euthanasia, unless this animal had a plan to be kept in captivity to teach people about beavers, which is not the case in this situation. She's rehabbing this beaver to be released.
Busy. Oh, where does Busy as a beaver come from? Well, that's because of Beaver's Day. We have to answer questions. Answering questions. Babe don't help when he answers, when I answer questions on TikTok. Babe just sleeps.
She released it into a 25-acre private area. Okay, so, which is okay for these individual beavers, probably, right? And then someone asked, do beavers not like being inside? This beaver is probably plenty happy. And if she's releasing it onto her own property, and it's fenced, and she thinks it's safe regarding predators, and it's not going to have other conflict with humans because it's on her property, that's one thing. But I think it's super, super damaging to show wild animals in this context, saying that they're releasable, implying that you can care for wild animals like this and have this kind of connection with them and have them in your house. Why do they euthanize it again? So IWRC says that imprinting animals or habituation of mammals is automatic euthanasia because it so greatly decreases their chance of success in the wild. When a bird is imprinted, it's a lot less likely to be able to migrate, to be able to mate, to be able to preen properly, to find food, water, and especially to stay away from human conflict and human settlement, right? So deer that are habituated are way more likely to hang around in a neighborhood because they're not afraid of people, so they'll get hit by a car. Beavers, never mind, I'm not going to talk about beavers right now, but other mammals, that are deeply habituated are just not as likely to be able to survive on their own. And so we say as rehabbers that they have a right to euthanasia, because euthanasia is a much, much kinder death than the one that they would face in nature, not having the skills that they need to survive.
Oh my goodness. All right. I get a lot of questions about Beeve becoming aggressive.
Thank you for the
He will absolutely
merch.
become aggressive because he's a wild animal. And in about 2 years, he will show aggression and he will bite me. But when wild animals become aggressive, it's a great sign that they are ready to be released. So we're always looking for that. If a wild animal does not become aggressive, it usually means that they're sick or something's wrong. But Beeve will bite in time. I get a lot of questions about Beeve becoming
I just wanted to show everybody how scared of humans Beeve is. If he did not hear my voice or catch my smell, he is scared. So I know a lot of people think that he's not scared of humans, but he's actually very scared of humans. But that's because it's instinct. So I know I talk a lot about domestication. Beeve is certainly not domesticated because that would take hundreds of years of breeding. So that was just an example how he's scared of humans.
He's socialized to you, and once hormones take over, he'll be more concerned with protecting his own family. Okay, so again, I mentioned it before. In this particular situation, this beaver might be A-okay on her property, but I still think that presenting wild animals in this context is super irresponsible. So that's the problem that I have.
He is not using
Anyway, that was a tangent. But content can influence those on TikToks to this as well, that they can take an animal to try to treat it like a pet. People get misinformed. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's a hard line to walk. You know, she may be thinking that she really is, like, being very clear that she's a rehabber, that these are releasable animals, whatever. But just the video of him, like, on her couch laying there with her, it doesn't put out that same message, and people on TikTok are gonna see that and be like, oh my gosh, you can have a beaver as a pet, right? Or just think in general that's like, I don't know. Not that I think people are gonna go catch beavers because of her and keep them in her house. I just think overall it's a really harmful thing to do. You guys are, you get it.
If I did, doesn't matter. You know what?
You know,
I'm still
why-
hiding in my room.
Why do you do this to yourself, brother?
Do what? Win? I'm a
this,
winner.
This is when you call me out, and then you're gonna play Madden, and then just for you to get your ass whooped, and then you're gonna be silent the whole game.
Why are you linking me this?
It's like,
No, I won't. I'm gonna be talking
will
shit.
do.
I'm gonna be talking shit the whole game, bro.
okay.
Yeah, I'm rock hard. I love fucking winning.
It's in the game.
Why did you link me that? I hated that.
You can't be serious. Let me analyze your gameplay real quick and see what you did wrong. You were definitely trolling.
God.
You can't be serious.
Ew.
Let me analyze your gameplay real quick and see what you did wrong. You were definitely trolling.
Oh my god. He actually looks like a different person. She follows 4 people, and I want to know who they are. I want to see what they do.
Hello?
Dude, why are they saying check outlet? What does that mean?
They're saying there's something behind me and they want me to go in there with a fork. they want me to check. I don't know why, man. They want me to...
That's actually funny.
It's so dumb, man.
Kai Angel, thank you.
Fuck.
Thank
man.
you. White people happy. What?
Fuck, man.
Okay, Danny. Thank you.
Soup into it. Fuck off, man. No, please don't die. Stop moving!
What the fuck?
Soup into it. Fuck off, man. No, please don't die. Stop moving!
Ow! Why did you do that? Oh no. He's dropping off my order. Oh, another one. Thank God.
Ah!
Ew! Why? I can't. I hate living with men. No, I'm not gonna watch a clip titled Peg Me, thank you. Mentioned you in a comment, save him for weird.
Hey bud, you can't be on the road. Hello. You okay, mate? Did you fall out of the tree? Do you need some help?
Why are they so docile?
Maybe a coffee? Probably want to run over that side, bud. Come on. Move along. Move. Move. Come on. Come on.
Hi.
Oh
Hi.
my God. Wow. Nice. Man, I just don't trust E-Rob clips anymore. I actually am not even gonna look at them. Heck, thank you. Oh my God. Slick is really funny. He doesn't stop though, ever.
Oh my god. Imagine I jerk off and come on this thing.
Okay.
That'd be so sick.
That's
I might
enough.
do that.
I'm gonna go get my food now. Bye. Food tour. Here are my regular fries. Maybe that's why they're called, because look, what the hell is this? Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is really good. And this is a veggie burger with more fries. Whoops. I didn't think they came together. Okay. Here is the veggie burger. It is a black bean burger. Wow. Wow. Nice. There's red onion on it, which I'm going to remove because for whatever reason I only like white onions or yellow onions. Is that what they're called? I don't know. This is huge. What the hell? It's large. It doesn't taste like beef at all, but it's a black bean burger. It tastes like beans. It needs ketchup, but I'm not going to Mitch's room to take his ketchup. I just don't trust it. I give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not trash, it's just not good. You can make black bean burgers. Thanks.
Who is Dito? How did he become as famous as he is today? And what opponents did he face to get here? This is the story of Dito, Miskiff's famous rabbit. Once there was a litter of bunny wabbits, born in early June of 2019. They were raised by a friendly farmer man whose favorite thing to do was to drive his tractor.
He was not friendly
everywhere,
or a farmer,
especially
but...
McDonald's.
Okay.
These bunnies would always go to the playground and would both play on the slides and jump around. As the rabbits grew, they became more and more competitive with each other over food, especially the special rabbit cupcake. This was the treat the rabbits were most envious of, and only the leader, or alpha of the rabbit pack, was worthy enough to eat it. One of the wabbits in particular was starting to show characteristics of an alpha. He was the youngest of the litter and was a fierce competitive gamer who played Twister, Monopoly, and Smite with his fellow rabbits.
Wow.
One time while this bunny was playing some Smite with the boys, he was interrupted by someone unexpected. This someone was no other than Maya Higa, an animal expert and Twitch streamer with a net worth of $89.5 million. She decided to visit a bunny barn to pick out a rabbit for her roommate Miskiff. If you don't know, Miskiff is a famous esports player, speedrunner, and TikToker with an interesting personality. He had been talking about wanting a bunny all day, so she decided she would get him one as a pleasant surprise.
It had been months.
But which bunny would Maya choose? There are many choices, and each bunny had its own personality and moveset. After giving it enough thought, and knowing that Miskiff is very hyper, she chose the most social bunny of the bunch, which happened to be the alpha of the rabbit pack. Maya then drove the bunny home and hid it in Miskiff's laundry, a place where he would never look. Miskiff didn't suspect a thing. A few hours later, Maya told Miskiff she had a surprise for him. Miskiff thought the surprise might be a pregnancy test, which is an odd thing to expect from a roommate. In a couple minutes, Maya brought a red box on stream, with the bunny secretly concealed inside. When the bunny peeked out of the box, Miskiff's reaction was priceless.
Thank
He
you.
was flabbergasted by the bunny, and his mind started flooding with different possible content ideas. And
Dito.
also the memories of a bunny he had long ago. This is a mysterious rabbit
Rhyme
that
thing.
Miskiff hardly ever talks about. One of the content ideas Miskiff thought of was to make a Twitch channel for the bunny, so it could race Slicker to Twitch partner, and to see if it could attain more subs than E-Rob. Miskiff wasn't the only one who thought of different content ideas. Austin did too, inviting the rabbit to his show. In the meantime, Chat was coming up with names for the rabbit. Among some of the names Chat suggested were Tryhard, Destiny, This, T1, and Dito. A game of marbles would determine the fate of the bunny's name. The winner of the Miskids would choose the name. This marbles game had a very close ending, with Cortex and Sandy Cheeks going head to head. Cheeks did not secure the victory. Cortex was the marbles champion. And he chose the name Dito. This would be the legendary
That
name
setup was so
of the most
trash.
popular rabbit of Twitch. Chat loved Dito and would spam Pog you and Wide People happy whenever he was in sight. It also freed Dito Whitehardo whenever he was locked in his rabbit hutch.
You could have let that
Now
through.
that we have covered Dito's origins and how he got here, you might ask what he does in his spare time. When Dito isn't gaming
Some guy
or streaming,
donated,
he
his
does a
ex
variety
gave
of
him
things,
that rabbit.
such as eating,
As if it was,
reading,
it was like a hate donor,
exploring,
like,
playing with the
"Yeah,
Roomba,
okay."
chewing carpet, and beating
You
up
know his
towels.
ex kissed him once, right? Like,
Dito has a lot of agility, likes to run,
What do you want me? How do you want me to react
jump,
to that?
play sports, and perform amazing acrobatic flips, even impressing Darion.
Did y'all just see that?
When it comes to social media, Dito has an Instagram and Twitter. He is a pretty famous rabbit, and even had a song made for him by the legendary rapper, Simply.
Dito man, dough.
Dito is a very heroic rabbit, who once chewed one of Miskiff's cables to attempt to save Simp Mom, Skull, and Wide People Steve from getting un-VIP'd. He
Respect.
often likes marking his territory around the house, even one time on Miskiff.
Oh, are you fucking serious?
Sin Forak rewarded Dito for doing this,
Sin what?
and gave Dito a new house for Miskiff to build. After Maya had built the house, Dito was very thankful for it and started relaxing. But his relaxation was interrupted by a new opponent. This opponent was Teddy the Skunk. Teddy the Skunk is an animal ambassador that Maya brought on
Let's
stream
go.
for educational purposes.
Respect.
Dito didn't really like Teddy and had something to say about him in a live TTV interview with reporter Miskiff on standby. After this roast, Dito won over the chat and received added help from Miskiff, especially after this happened. With this encouragement,
So
Dito
dramatic.
won the
This
battle,
tastes like nothing, I'm
kept
gonna be
his number 1 content animal badge. But Teddy wasn't the only rival Dito would face. More unknown opponents were soon to come. One time on stream,
No, not 'cause of
Miskiff
COVID,
received a
'cause it's
mysterious
vegan.
call from a Twitter blogger named Comedy Russell. He had rescued and carefully tamed a peculiar animal, and was asking Miskiff if he could take it home.
These are nuts,
Miskiff,
though.
always eager for content, approved of it. A few moments later, they arrived. The creature Russell had tamed was a kitten, which had appeared to be
Aw, she's
disowned
so
at a
little.
Whataburger parking lot. They all really liked the cat, but Miskiff was the responsible one, and thought they should check for lost kitten posters on eBay. After a few unmatching results, they decided to keep the kitten for the time being, and to bring it to the vet the next day. The following day, Miskiff stated on stream in his own words, the vet's own words,
Looks like you have a new cat.
this cat was named Inky. Miskiff was really happy about the new kitten, but Dito, on the other hand, only saw it as a threat to his throne. Though Miskiff liked Inky, he still got aggravated whenever the cat peed around the house.
Second time your cat's done that.
This aggravated Dito even more, by the cat's invasion and marking on his land. Dito challenged Inky on the battlefield, but there wasn't much of a fight, because Inky just submitted to Dito's dominance. This gave Dito another victory. This was an easy clap win for Dito, and he celebrated with a fist bump with Darion. After this win, Dito was sure he would face no more opponents, making him the undefeated 2-time champion. After some more time progressed, Maya brought another animal gift for Miskiff.
Housewives podcast
This
term
gift
shameless
was a
is
kitten.
getting used. We did not.
She had
coin
saved it
that
after
term.
the people at the cat rescue wouldn't accept it, because of
But
their
welcome
thought
to
that it was
Twitch.
baby bobcat. They had believed it to be a bobcat because of its short tail, ignoring the other features of the cat. But Maya, being the animalologist that she is, knew it was just a regular cat.
Animalologist.
Miskiff loved the cat and was very excited that he had one. He was in fact so excited that he called his mom. This cat's name was also to be determined in a match of Marbles Battle Royale. The select 5 contestant names were Hollow, Mew, Sour Apple,
Sour Apple.
Linus, and a name for Miskiff himself to decide. This was a very intense top 5
I
situation.
really wanted Sour Apple.
Which one would get the epic win? When this Marbles battle concluded, the name Linus was crowned as the winner. Chow was very unsatisfied with the victor, and was pressuring Miskiff to name it Sour Apple instead, with even Maya supporting them. After enough spam of 4 weirds, Miskiff gave in and started a rematch. This match yielded Sour Apple as the winner. The
Oh,
winner
no.
of the follow-up 1v1 between Linus and Sour Apple would be the final match. Linus pushed through to get the victory, and was crowned as the winner again. But this competition with the names was pointless, however, because the cat was eventually named Chompy instead. Chompy was already starting to get a lot of attention in the house, and the spam of white people happies in chat whenever they saw him was immense. Within only a few
my
weeks,
God.
the Chompy content had already surpassed Dito's content as a whole, with Miskiff using him for YouTube thumbnails, videos, and intros.
If you would like Chompy to eat this month, I suggest you do so.
This was not looking too great for Dito. With the spike of Chompy's popularity, the cat was starting to become the new #1 content animal. Dito grew very sad at the thought of losing his #1 spot and being replaced, Sag. What happened to all the great Dito content? Where has it gone? And will it ever come back? Well, with only your help, we can prevent the rise of Chompy and persuade Miskiff to start making Dito content again. We could also convince Maya as well to post more about Dito on her Instagram and YouTube channel. Dito has much more to offer than Miskiff might think, and can provide great content for many videos. With enough promotion and Miskiff and Maya's help, we can bring Dito back to his former glory and give him a fighting chance in the content battle with Chompy. We are Dito's only hope.
Go get Dito. No. Dito hates being picked up.
Yeah, Dito on Dito. I saw Dito and Speedos. I thought it was weird. Dito and Speedos. Dito was eating Doritos. Cool Ranch. Dito
They're
Doritos.
friends. Well, that's not true.
Fritos.
Chompy harasses
Also
him.
good. Dito Fritos. Dito was
Nice, dude.
Kokomo. Key Lago.
Good video. I think the hard part with Dito, or it's way easier to use Chompy for content, is because Chompy doesn't mind being picked up. Dito hates being picked up. So you can look at him while he's on the ground, and you can kind of sometimes pet him if he's on the ground, but you can't pick him up and show the camera. It's kind of similar to Stompy. Stompy's kind of difficult to pick up, especially now that she's getting bigger. So Chompy was he really? He used the wheel? Did he actually? Like, he ran in it, or he was just like, he accidentally moved it? What? Does anyone have a clip? I want to see that. With Miz holding a stick. I don't know. I think so. Oh. Oh my God.
Ooh, that was fast.
What?
Aww.
That's so cool. Wow. He learned that way faster than I thought he would. That is impressive. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. I don't think that that skunk should be pets. But that's all right. Skunks are awesome, but they're not meant to be pets. So Teddy is not a pet. Yeah, cool. He's an educational ambassador. He's non-releasable because of some pretty severe habituation, because of the way he was brought up. #1 victory royale. It's like man. It's unfortunate how easy that sets me off. You know, the only reason he doesn't know that it's not focused is because he never has his OBS open.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Yo.
Why did he do that? Half the time he isn't in frame. Man, I don't get it. I don't get it. It drives me up the wall to not have, like, even when I'm in the kitchen, we have to have a monitor up so we can see what we're shooting. I hate, like, blindly being in the camera. It drives me insane. The only reason to not, though, can't think of one reason, just, like, that he doesn't like looking at himself or that he's, like, uncomfortable. I don't know. Stuff like that. Watching yourself every day must be annoying as well. You kind of get used to it. I don't really think about it. I don't know. Dido one, Dido one, Dido one, Dido one, Dido one, Dido one, Dido. Okay. Chat. But don't you stare at it. I don't look at myself very often. I read chat. Like, I'm looking at chat right now. But if I were to, like, change something on my camera or, like, adjust it, then I would, like, look at, like, the frame. But no, I'm really just reading chat. That's also why I struggle with IRL backpacks. I like, not being able to see what you're shooting, like, not having a viewfinder with an IRL backpack and just having an action cam to point whatever. Hate that. I hate that. Good stream. Yeah. I think we're closing up here. Tomorrow, I don't, or no. Shit. Yes, tomorrow I don't believe that there's a podcast. This is really embarrassing. And I may have talked about this before. Usually I schedule a podcast 2 weeks in advance. But then for whatever reason in February, I got a bunch of people wanting to be on the conservation cast. So I booked like pretty much all through March, and I cannot remember. I didn't write it down if I booked someone for the 26th. And I went through all my DMs and all my emails, and I can't find anyone. So I don't think that I booked someone. So I don't think that there's a podcast, but that's pretty much as bad as it gets for me. I wonder why. Oh, no, you're 100% right. It was right after I did the fundraiser for Alveus that people messaged me. Yeah, I was aware of that, but, you know, whatever. So I don't think that there's a podcast tomorrow, but I will be streaming tomorrow. Miz and I are doing a sponsor together, I think at 4 p.m. So I'll be at my desktop again. And then Saturday I'm streaming as well for Simple Mobile. So, you know, here's the deal with the amount of sponsors and bounties that I'm doing lately. I know it's way more than normal. Sponsors every stream. My reasoning for doing so many sponsors right now anyway is with this property. One, I have spent more on this, way more on this property than I've made in streaming at all. I've drained 80% of my bank account for the nonprofit and the property, and my parents have helped me with the down payment. So I want to do as many sponsors as possible to pay my parents back as fast as I can, because I so appreciate that they helped me, but I just want to make the money back and pay my parents back. So that's why I do so many sponsors. If it bothers you, I'm sorry. I try to pick sponsors that are more, that aren't necessarily games and don't really affect the content. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's what I try to do. And it usually works out okay. Mojo is not live yet, but I'm supposed to host. He was live a minute ago. Mojo, what are you doing? Wantep, I would host you, man, but I have to. Oh, he is live. Okay, Mojo is making a chinchilla enclosure for Alveus, so I'm hosting into him. And he's back online. So I'm gonna host him. Go watch him. I think he's starting he's starting the chinchilla enclosure today. This is day 1 of these streams that he's doing, and he's great. So I'm starting that raid right now. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I will see you on Saturday, and I might see you on Sunday for a cooking stream on Slick's channel. Then I'll see you on Monday for a cooking stream on my channel. We got a lot of stuff going on, so I'll see you quite a bit in the upcoming days. But thank you for watching. The docs were cozy. I appreciate it. If you want to buy merch, the links are on my socials if you haven't already. Go do that. I don't know how long the merch is going to be available. I'm kind of just going to feel it out. But yeah, you can also get the link by doing command merch. So go do that. I will be plugging merch for a while here. But other than that, thank you. Hooray, sauce diamonds. I appreciate that. We've done quite a few merch sales, so I'm really happy with that. I appreciate the support there. You're supposed to say today is the last day for a month straight. Yeah, I'm familiar with that method, but yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how long it's gonna be up for. I'm just gonna feel it out. So you have time if you're thinking about it, but if you want to buy it, I would appreciate it. So I'll see you tomorrow at the latest 4 p.m. CT, I think, but I'll let you know in my Discord. Bye. Go say hi to Mojo. Be nice. He's doing good things, and he's a good streamer.